Hello, ladies, and welcome to your prenatal yoga practice. You might need a cushion, blankets, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. We're going to begin in a comfortable seated position. So, whether that's with the legs crossed in Sukhasana or easy pose, or whether it's seated on the knees, and feel free to place a blanket or a blanket under the feet, or a cushion underneath the nipples. And let's begin. And we're going to close down the eyes, soften the gaze, and just come to stillness now. So you may have come from a busy day, busy week, and it's just really nice to take this time to just check in with your breath. Noticing your natural breath and the flow of air in and out of both nostrils. Perhaps noticing the coolness of the in-breath and the slightly warmer air on the out-breath. And then just bring your awareness to your body. Noticing the points of your body touching the earth beneath you. And notice how you feel grounded and centered on your mat. I'm going to bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your baby. We'll set a little intention for the journey ahead. And this heartfelt intention might be something like, I am calm, all is well. And just breathing in the words, I am calm, and breathing out, all is well. Repeating this to yourself one more time. Begin to check in with your baby, feeling the warmth underneath your hand as your belly pushes into your hand. Perhaps you're feeling baby's movements. Just noticing and observing how you feel. Well done. You can gently open the eyes. We're going to begin with a full yogic breath. So this is known as a three-part breath. So our breath should begin in the low belly, then it moves up into the rib cage, and then back up into the chest. So you'll feel your belly expand outwards, your ribs move out to the sides and up, and your chest broadens, the collarbones spread. And then when you reverse the breath, we're sending the breath in the opposite direction. So breath moves from the chest back down into the rib cage, and you can feel your ribs drawing down and in. And then your belly relaxes and falls back to center. So we're going to complete 8 rounds of this 3-part breath, and we're going to mix it with some balanced breathing. So this is known as Samavriti. And we're going to use the count of 6. So we're going to breathe 1, 2 into the belly, 3, 4 into the rib cage, 5, 6 up into the chest, and then reverse the motion. So when you're ready, you can have your hands on your lap or on parts of your body when you breathe. Take a breath in to prepare through the nose. A nice lengthened exhale out through the mouth. And then we're going to take a breath in for 1, 2, belly expands, 3, 4, ribs move out to the sides, 5, 6, up into the chest. Reverse the breath, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Filling all 6 compartments, or all 3 compartments. Exhale, release for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we keep the flow from inhale to exhale. So we never hold our breath in pregnancy yoga. So remembering to just simply breathe in and out. Keep going. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Filling all the way to the top. Reverse, let it go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue at your own pace for the next 3 rounds. And we're breathing functionally in and out through our nose. We're breathing lightly, deeply, and softly. Well done. Last smooth breath in. And nice slow breath out. Feeling your body, your baby start to can. Feeling balanced as you release this breathwork technique. Take a moment here as you close your eyes or soften your gaze to notice how you feel now after a little breathwork today. And then gently flicker the eyes open. We're going to begin our warm-up. Again, matching breath to movement. As you inhale, you're going to shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. As you exhale, release them down. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. On your exhale, you're going to tilt right ear to right shoulder as you release those shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Feel a stretch in the side of your neck. Inhale through center. Exhale, softly releasing. So we're going to work into the neck, the shoulders, where we tend to hold a lot of tightness and tension. The upper body. And last time. Last side. Well done. And then we're going to warm up with our seated flow. Inhale, rising up. As you exhale, bring right hand to left knee. Reach up and over the ear with that arm. Take a breath in, extend through the fingertips. Exhale, bring that left arm into cactus by bending at the elbow. Draw that left shoulder blade back. Inhale, extend through the fingertips. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Well done. Inhale, reach. Up towards the sky, bring the right arm out in front. Rest left elbow on top of right. And we're coming into eagle arms. So maybe backs of the hands touch. That might be enough for you. You might like to wrap the arms around, palms touching. Take a breath in, reach those elbows in front of the face. Breath out, lower the elbows down. Breath in, reaching, rising, feel the upper body stretch and lower down on the out breath. One more, listen to the sound of your breath. And then reach both arms up. We're going to cactus the arms, draw the chest forward. And then exhale, hands to knees, lean back, draw chin to chest and gaze at your baby. Inhale, sweep those arms out wide, high and wide. Lifting from the breastbone, growing tall out of your seat. Excellent, hands to knees, lean back, chin to chest, cat back. Inhale, rising, cactus arms, feeling nice and broad across the chest. And then we're doing the opposite, bringing the spine into flexion. Lovely. Sitting tall, we're going to come into our Sufi circles. So we're going to Circle our torso around, first moving over towards the right knee, forward, over towards the left knee and leaning back. Moving forward on the in-breath, moving back on the out-breath. So loosen up the spine, working into the hips. Nice, soft, subtle movements. Well done. Reaching tall on the in-breath. On the out-breath, left hand to right knee. Reach up and over the ear with that right arm and gaze past the right armpit. So we're creating space here for baby. The right side body. Lovely work, ladies. Take a breath in, extend. As you exhale, bend at the elbow, cactus one arm. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Last time. And then reach up with that right arm. Bring the left arm out in front, palm facing up. Draw right elbow on top of left. Come into your eagle arms variation. Take a breath in. Rise those elbows up in line with the face. Feel your shoulder blades broadening. And then lower the elbows down. Working with the breath. Inhale to reach. And exhale, lowering slowly. Lovely. Last time. Well done. Inhale, rise up, open those arms into cactus. Try and think of bringing the elbows towards the back of the room. In exhale, hands to knees, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, opening those arms, nice proud chest, tilting the pelvis forward. Exhale, tilting the pelvis backwards as you round through your spine. Last time. And then from here, we're coming into our Sufi circles, this time in the opposite direction. Breathing in to move forward slowly, circling back on the out breath. Lovely. Working to your own pace. Well done, everyone. And then crossing over onto all fours. So into that hands and knees position. So shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath the hips, and toes can be tucked or untucked. We're just going to draw some nice circles over the wrists. So spreading those fingertips wide, just warming up the wrists, the forearms, moving in the opposite direction. And then you can exaggerate these movements, and it's quite nice. Actually, we'll tuck the toes under first, and we'll just do a little rocking back and forth. So shift the weight so that shoulders are over the wrists, and then slowly bring the sit bones back to the heels so you find that nice stretch along the backs of the feet. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, shifting the weight back. Last time. And then come to that neutral spine position. And we're going to draw our circles much bigger. As you come back, you're sitting your bottoms to your heels and you're circling round. So big circles. Working into the hips, the groins. As you do this, move in the opposite direction. Well done. Might notice any cracks or creaks, all good. It's like WD-40 for your joints. And then from here, we're going to untuck the toes. We're going to send the knees out wide, big toes touch, and you're going to send your sit bones back to your heels. Forehead grounds onto your mat, and arms are extended out in front of you. Just going to take a few moments here to connect with our breath once again. In our forward bend. It might be nice to rock from left temple, right temple, and sway the hips from side to side as you do this. Any swaying or rocking motion is really soothing for your nervous system. Well done. Lift the heel of the hand and tend through the fingertips. And we're just going to walk the fingertips over towards the right hand side. Take a breath in through your nose. And a nice releasing breath out through your mouth. Well done. Inhale back through center. Exhale over towards the opposite side. Take a breath in through your nose. And a nice releasing sigh out through your mouth. Well done. Slowly coming back to center in your hands and knees position. We're going to set ourselves up for our cat balance. So when you're ready, while in that hands and knees position, shoulders over the wrists, spread the fingertips wide, knees underneath the hips. We're going to take a breath in, extend the left leg back behind you, tuck the toes under, and then reach the right hand forward. Hug baby to navel. And then exhale, we're lifting arm and leg in line with the shoulder and the hip. Inhale to tap lightly. Exhale to lift. Keep your gaze down so your head and neck are in alignment with the spine. Inhale, tapping. Exhale, slowly lifting. Well done. Last few. And one. Well done. Bring that left knee in and we're going to wag our tails. So shifting hips to right, gaze over your left shoulder. Shifting hips to the left, gazing over your right shoulder. Well done, ladies. Let's move to the opposite side. Extend the right leg back behind you this time. Tuck the toes under. Bring your left hand towards the top of your mat. Take a breath in. Exhale. On the effort, lifting arm and leg so they're in line with the spine. Inhale, slowly tapping, moving with control and with your breath. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, tapping. Pelvis is steady. We're using core control. Inhale. Tapping, exhale, lifting, and last two. And one. Well done, ladies. Great stability and strength here. From here, we're going to tuck the toes under, come into a little toe squat, and just roll those wrists. Can be quite sore on the wrists. From here, we're going to take a breath in, tuck the toes. On your breath out, send your sit bones towards the sky. So head between the window of the arms, gaze between your inner thighs if baby isn't in the way, or just gaze at your bump. You can walk the dog, pedaling out the feet, and then we're going to slowly lower. Step the right foot forward between the hands. And from here, we're going to rise up, flatten the back foot into our low lunge. From here, we're going to straighten the front leg and move the hips back. Flex that foot so the toes are pointing towards the face. Inhale, rising up. Sink the hips low. Exhale, half split. Folding forward, hinging forward at the hips. Well done. Inhale, rising. And exhale, half split. And you might need to widen your stance for the low lunge actually. And stepping back to your tabletop position. I'm just going to tap the toes back behind us onto our mat. Good stuff. Step the left foot halfway between the hands, you might need to heel toe the left foot out to the side. Again, we're coming into our low lunge. If you need to shift that knee back, or you can use your cushion to pad the knee. Inhale, rising up. Nice low lunge, working into that hip flexor and psoas muscle that helps us to breathe deeply. Working with the breath. Exhale, straighten the front leg, sit back, and really flex the foot so toes are pointing towards the face. Inhale, reaching, rising, steady and strong. And then exhale. Move folding forward, bowing down to your own degree. Lovely work, ladies. Inhale, rising. Exhale. Fabulous. Rebend into that front knee. Stepping back to your tabletop. And we're going to come to our sitting bones. Bring the feet together, send the knees out wide. And just flutter your butterfly wings. So knees are moving up and down, and you can massage the feet here. Really nice self-soothing technique. Our feet tend to get puffy and achy during pregnancy. Another symptom to add to the list. So it's really nice to, even the shins and all the way up the leg, to draw attention to this. Fabulous. Extend right leg out, bring left leg, then the left knee, left foot in towards the right thigh. We're going to take a breath in, rise up, square the hips over that front leg, and slowly fold forward and down. 3 cycles of breath here. The more you flex that foot, the more you'll feel a stretch. Lovely. Reach up on the in-breath. On the out-breath, you're going to plant the left palm beside you. You're going to root through the left palm and onto the right foot and float the hips high to the sky for stargazer pose. So with stargazer, we're creating a nice line of energy all the way from the right foot, right toes to the right fingertips. Circle back and down. 2 more like this. Inhale, rising, pressing ourselves up. Exhale, lowering down. Sweep that right arm behind you. Inhale, rising, lengthening the side body, enjoying that bit of space. And then lowering down. We're going to bring the right hand inside the right leg. Reach the left arm up on the in-breath, and on the out-breath, we're coming into that lovely side bend. Again, by flexing that right foot, we feel more of a stretch. And again, we're creating space for baby here in the left side body. So just sending the breath here, drawing that left shoulder blade back. So you're gazing past the left armpit, or perhaps closing down the eyes, directing the breath to where you feel sensation. Really good. Swapping the legs. Bring right foot into the left thigh. Extend the left leg out long. Take a breath in, ground through the sit bones, sit tall. Square the hips over that extended leg and hinge at the hips. And folding down to wherever your edge of resistance may be. And last cycle of breath here in this position. Lovely stuff. Sliding back up, reaching up on the in-breath. On the out-breath, root through the right palm. Exhale, pressing the hips up high and really extending through the fingertips. Exhale, lower down, sweep behind. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lowering down. Well done. Just bring the feet out wider than the hips. And coming to some nice windscreen wiper movements here. Lovely stuff, ladies. Massaging the glutes. Bringing internal and external rotation into play here. Lovely. And hold it here as you drop the knees to the right. You're going to gaze to your left. Then over to the right. Then over to the left. Drop the knees to the left. And your gaze is to the right. Hold the legs. Gaze to your left. Gaze is back to your right. Well done. Coming back to center. We're going to come to lie on our side body. We're going to make ourselves as comfortable as possible for our resting position. So you might have a blanket, rolled up blanket, a cushion, a bolster. It's really nice underneath or between the legs. You might like to have one to support the head and neck. And you're coming into the fetal position on your left hand side. So this is the safest resting pose during pregnancy, as it doesn't put pressure on the inferior vena cava, that brings blood to your baby. So just finding that comfortable resting position, making any adjustments you need, and using any props to enhance your comfort. And then bringing your hand to your baby, bonding with your baby, sensing the movement of your breath. And we're coming back to feeling grounded and centered on your mat once again. Unwinding from our active practice today, just easing ourselves back into movement. And letting the breath soften and smoothen out with each exhale. Feel a sense of surrendering a little more, letting the weight of your whole body to descend. Allow yourself to be held. And just let the effort melt away. Let your body be breathed effortlessly. And allow yourself to settle into stillness. Let the body absorb all you have practiced today. Feel the strength that you have built and the softness you have allowed. And as this new year begins, just trusting in your own body's intelligence and resilience. May you go gently and move forward into new beginnings with steadiness, kindness, and ease.